Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well, or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Today, we're going to do a class that's focused on back flexibility, back bends, and strengthening the back. So, wherever you are in your journey, back bending, and your level, please just take it slow. If you're more of a beginner, don't worry if you can't go into the full pose. Just take it to where you can, always listening to your body, of course. And if you have any back problems, just listen to any of those signals. And yeah, make sure you're always going in the right way, not hurting yourself. So just a little reminder, this is donation based, so if you feel like making a donation at the end of the class, there's a link in the description of the video. So with that, we're going to get started. So go ahead and sit down on your mat, find yourself a nice and comfortable position, cross-legged or sitting back on your heels. Bring your hands down on your knees, facing down or facing up. And go ahead and close your eyes. Now we're going to take this moment to arrive on our mat this morning and bringing awareness to our breath, to our feelings as we're waking up, as we're starting the day. Do you feel any areas of tightness just as you're sitting here? And how's your level of energy? Are you feeling still tired, having a hard time to start the day? Or you are on the opposite side, feeling very energetic, ready for the day, accepting, positive? Whatever it is that you feel, just put your awareness there. Welcome those feelings. And don't try to push them away. Just acknowledge them. Whatever they are, they're there to tell you something. So just welcome them in this moment. And throughout the session, we're going to try to let go of them. As anything that comes, it goes away. So we're going to find this time to let go. And we're going to start taking some nice and deep breaths in and out through the nose, filling our lungs with fresh air. So go ahead and inhale in 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. And exhale in 4, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Letting that air coming in through to all the way down to the abdomen. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. And exhale, nice and slow and controlled. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, inhale, 1, 2, 3. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're releasing your shoulders down and back and relaxing your face as we breathe. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep on going a couple more times. Making sure you're just letting the air flow in through the lungs all the way to the abdominal. Don't have to push your stomach open, just let it open naturally with the air coming in. And visualize your breath as it goes all the way down to your sitting bones. And And as you free it when it comes out, wonderful. Go ahead and inhale, exhale one last time. Exhale nice and deep. And on the next inhale, go ahead and open your eyes again. And we're slowly going to start warming up our shoulders. So go ahead and take some big circles with your shoulders, going front and then up and back, waking up all the shoulder area. So as today we're going to be working on heart opening and back bend, it's really important to have those shoulders nice and warm so we don't injure them, first of all, and also it gives us much more range of motion to open in that back bend. Keep on circling here. And go the opposite way from back to front. Going as wide as you can as we're waking up the body. And one last time. And I want you to go ahead and inhale and reach up towards the ceiling. Take a nice big stretch up. Inhale. And exhale. Release your hands down slowly. And go ahead and come on your hands and knees. Put your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Open those fingers nice and wide, and we're going to take a few cat-cows. So go ahead and inhale. Bring your chest forward. Your belly comes down towards the ground. Tilt your pelvis out and look up. Exhale. Round the back, push into the shoulder blades, spreading away from your spine, and bring your chin in. And inhale again from the tailbone up to the top of the head. Reach forward. Imagine like if you're sliding your hands towards you, bring that chest forward. And exhale. Back into cat, so push into your hands, round your back. Inhale, back into cow tilt. So imagine there's a wave coming in and out through your back. Take it as slow as you need to, always going with the breath. And we're slowly waking up the spine, waking up the vertebra, and creating heat. So really imagine when you're trying to make space under you when you're rounding your back. Go ahead, a couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, come back to neutral. Bring your hands a little bit more forward, and we're going to come into downward facing dog. So go ahead and tuck your toes in and push your hips up towards the sky. Externally rotate your shoulders so you have the outside of your armpits turning down towards the ground. Press into those hands and feet and go ahead and bend the right and then the left leg just a few times here to wake up the hamstrings. And slowly move into the posture. Release your head. Look back to your feet. Try to have nice and straight arms. And come back to center so you can keep a slight bend in your knees for now. And just try to have that movement of sending your sitting bones up towards the sky. And the idea is to slowly go ahead and straighten your legs. But since it's the first one, you can just keep a nice little bend and make sure you're really trying to find a neutral spine. So not rounding your spine too much. Inhale here. And exhale nice and deep. Inhale again. And exhale. All right. Inhale and bring your right foot in between your hands. Step it forward. Bring the back knee to the ground. Look up, forward. Exhale. Bring the other foot to the top of the mat. And roll up. Slowly up to standing. Reach up with the arms, look up to the sky. And exhale, release down. And we're going to go ahead and take a few sun salutations just to make sure we're warming up the whole body and creating enough heat. Bring your feet together. Stand up tall. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands in prayer. Inhale, reach up, look up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Same thing here. You can keep it light. Bend into your knees as you do the first forward fold. Inhale and bring your left foot to the back of the mat. Knee comes down to the ground. Press up into plank. Try to have straight back here. Shoulders are over the wrists. Exhale the knee, chest and chin to the ground with the hips up off the ground. Inhale, first cobra. Take it slow. So press your hands into the ground. Open your shoulders and press those arms to the sides of your bodies. Look up, bring the chest forward. Exhale into downward facing dog again. Inhale your left foot forward to the front of the mat. Back knee comes to the ground. Exhale the other foot to the front. And inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Reach up to the sky. Exhale, release your hands down. Inhale, exhale your hands in prayer. Inhale, shoot the hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Release your head, hands down. Inhale, your left foot to the back of the mat. Knee comes down to the ground. Look forward. Press into a plank. Slightly tilt your pelvis in as you're here so that you don't have your bum sticking up towards the sky. Exhale, all the way down to the ground. Inhale, cobra, bring that chest forward. Press the lower back into the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips come up to the sky. Inhale, right foot comes to the front of the mat. Exhale, the other foot, release. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Reach up towards the sky. Exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, exhale, hands in prayer. Remember, if I'm going too fast, feel free to go slower. Inhale, reach up to the sky, look slightly back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, left foot to the back of the mat. Press into your hands. Come into plank. Exhale, all the way down to the ground. Inhale, cobra. Shift that chest forward, look up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot to the front of the mat. And right foot to the front. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Exhale, release your hands down. Take a second here to open your feet a little bit wider. And stand here just for a second. Close your eyes, breathe deeply. Feel your heart rate, if it went up or not, and feel the heat created by the sun salutations. The blood is flowing. Great. Go ahead and open up your eyes again. Bring your feet a little bit closer. And we're going to take another forward fold here, but taking it a little bit deeper. So inhale, reach your arms up and fold forward. And bring your hands down to the ground. And I want you to go ahead and bend your legs as much as you need in order to have your stomach connecting with your legs. So don't focus on having those legs straight. Focus on having that connection. And go ahead and round your arms around your legs. So you're hugging your legs. And release your head down. And try to focus also on releasing your stomach. So the more you release your stomach, so you're not holding the core muscles here. The more you release the core muscles, the more you're creating space for the spine to extend and making space in between that vertebra. So go ahead and hug those legs. Release your head. And slowly we're going to try to straighten the legs a little bit. I want you to straighten them as much as you can without disconnecting the stomach from the legs. When you feel that there's too much disconnection, just go ahead and stop there. So slowly straightening. Try to have the weight a little bit more forward on the front of your feet than on the heels, just slightly. So obviously this is the morning, so our range of motion is maybe a little bit more limited for those who are doing this in the morning. And go ahead and free your hands down to the ground. And come back up to standing. Roll all the way back up, slowly straightening your legs. And feel the blood rushing back down to your feet. And we're going to come into a high lunge, warrior one. So go ahead and inhale, bring your right leg to the back of the mat and your arms come up towards the sky. So your back heel is still off the ground for now. And your hips are facing the front of the mat. Go ahead and have that chest nice and open. And now slowly bring the back heel onto the ground. If it's not touching the ground entirely, don't worry about it. Slowly you'll get there. Try to have those hips still facing the front of the mat. And interlace your fingers behind your back. And you're going to inhale and try to bring your hands towards the ground and open your chest. So really have that opening in the thoracic spine, so which is the top part of the spine, not the lower back, so you don't hurt the lower back. Look up towards the sky. And slowly come back to center. So release your hands and straighten the front leg. And we're going to forward fold onto the leg. So you can go ahead and bring your hands down to the ground. And your back foot, you can just slide it a little bit more forward with the toes facing the front of the mat. Look forward. And lightly try to bring again that stomach connected to the leg. So don't round your back too much. Just go as far as you can go for now. Just feel a very nice stretch in the back of the leg. Great. And now go ahead and bend the front leg and come down into a low lunge. And bring both hands inside of the front foot. You're coming into a lizard pose, so just creating a nice hip opening, making space in the lower back. And go ahead and tuck the back toes in, bring the back knee off the ground, and just start making back and forth movements, creating a little bit of a circling shape. Really press into your hands so you're not sinking your chest into the shoulder blades. Great. So if you're circling one way, circle the other. And bring that knee back on the ground. And now go ahead and walk your front foot a little bit more to the side of the mat and open your toes to the side. So you're flexing your feet. And you're going to bring your left hand onto the knee and very gently press onto the knee. Try to have the knee facing the same direction as your toes. And open the chest and look back. So you're letting your hips fall down towards the ground. So this is really nice. As we're opening the hips and opening the higher part of the body. So the chest is opening up. Slowly moving into the back bend. Now you can stay here or take it a tad further, depending on where you are, and bend your back leg and reach it with your hand. And take a big inhale, and as you exhale, bring that foot a little bit closer to you. So this is a tad bit more intense. So of course, if it's too much for you, just stay wherever you were before. That's perfectly fine. And it's a great stretch. So always go further with the exhale. And release that foot. Bring both hands back onto the ground, and we're going to push into downward facing dog. Tuck the back toe in and come up into downward facing dog. Just take a second here to feel the difference between the right and the left side. Inhale, exhale. And with the next inhale, bring your right foot to the front of the mat and come into a high lunge on the other side. So have a nice bend into that front knee. Try to have your knee over your heel. So it's a nice 90-degree angle. Open that chest. And as you exhale, bring the back heel onto the ground. Still trying to have the top body facing the front of the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your back, sorry. Inhale and exhale. Try to reach your hands down towards the ground. Open up that thoracic spine. Look up. So try to maintain the lower belly engaged so that you're not bending into your lower spine too much. Breathe. And exhale, release your hands, straighten the front leg. Now we're coming into forward fold again. Same thing here. Bring your hands down to the ground, and you can slightly bring the back foot a little bit closer and fit with the toes facing the front of the mat. And fold forward slowly. So if you're just here, that's perfectly fine with your arms straight and your hands under your chest. You can stay here. You can have a light bend in the front leg also, if that feels better for you. And slowly with each exhale, go further. Great. And go ahead and come back up and bend that front leg and come into a low lunge. So bring the back leg onto the ground and both hands come on the inside of the front foot. So you can stay here with the knee on the ground. Otherwise, you can tuck the toes in and bring the knee off the ground and start making that movement with the circles. You're kind of circling with your front knee. Just warming up the body to this hip opening posture. So it takes a while before we actually go into deep back bends because it's a very big stretch. It's very intense for the body, and we need to prepare it for the back bending. So this is really the part where we're making space in the lower back. Warming up the hips. And bring that back knee back onto the ground. Open up the front foot to the side, like if you're flexing your foot. And with the right hand, go ahead and lightly press it open to the side, still flexing the foot. And twist and look up towards the ceiling, opening that chest. So try to focus your attention on if there's any areas that feel tighter on one side than the other, and send your exhale to that area of tension. Imagine it's freeing all the tension in that area. Now we can take it a tad further like we did on the other side and bend the back leg and reach the back foot with your hand. Inhale and exhale and gently bring that foot closer to you. Still opening that chest, pressing into the hand that's on the ground so you don't sink into your shoulder. And release that foot back down to the ground. And we're going to come lying on our stomach. So go ahead and bring one cheek to the ground. Just for a second here, lie on the ground. Feel the connection of your chest and your stomach as you breathe into the ground. Great. And we're going to come into what we call Superman. So go ahead and bring your arms out in front of you and your forehead to the ground. You're going to take a big inhale. And as you exhale, reach your feet and arms off of the ground at the same time. And you're looking down to the ground so that you don't hurt your neck looking in front. And reach, reach, reach. You're trying to have your arms and your legs at the same level off of the ground. So your glutes here are really engaged to keep those legs off the ground. Your back, especially the top of the back, is also working here. And release down to the ground. And look over to the other side. And we're going to do that a second time. Bring your forehead back on the ground. Inhale, exhale, and reach. Bring your arms and legs off of the ground. So you're pointing with your toes and reaching with your fingers. And relax down to the ground. And we're going to take a cobra, so coming into a bit more of a back bend. So bring your hands under your shoulders and your forehead to the ground. Your feet and legs are together, and your arms are stuck against your sides. Inhale and exhale. Bring your chest forward. Imagine you're sliding your hands back and look up. Engage your glutes, so you're pressing your lower back into the ground. So the back is working hard here to maintain you up. Remember to have those shoulders back and down, not up towards your ears. And release down to the ground. And now we're going to come into a bit more of a back bend, which is called Dhanurasana, bow pose. So I want you to bring your forehead again on the ground and bend your legs so that you can reach your feet in your hands. And you're going to take a big inhale and exhale and push your feet into your hands so that it's bringing your chest off of the ground. Try to have your legs not too far apart. So really release that chest, release those shoulders so it really opens up. So it's more your legs here that are working. So you don't have to be super far up. If your legs are still on the ground and you're just here, that's fine. If you feel any tightness in your lower back, just stop there and go back an inch. And release down to the ground. Make a cushion with your hands and bring one of your cheeks on there. So this is a very energizing posture. So I always recommend to do this one more in the morning than before going to sleep because it really creates a lot of heat. So go ahead and bring your elbows under your shoulders, and we're going to take a slight counter pose. So plank pose. Go ahead and tuck your toes in and bring your belly off of the ground. press your forearms into the ground. Tilt your pelvis in so you come into that plank. You're also working a little bit on the abdominals. Engaging that belly, the abdominals. And bring your knees onto the ground, come into child's pose. Laying that forehead on the ground. And we're going to come sitting, lying on our back, and come into bridge pose. So we're slowly building up to wheel pose, Urdhva Dhanurasana, which is really a really full back bend. So go ahead and bring your heels close to your bum so you can touch your heels with your fingers. And have your palms facing down. Inhale and exhale, bring your hips off of the ground, keep your legs parallel, engage your glutes, really feel that power in the glutes, bringing your hips up off of the ground. And you can interlace your fingers behind your back so you come onto your shoulder blades, but keep those shoulder blades on the ground so the pressure is not on your neck, and bring that chest up towards your chin. Exhale all the way down, vertebra by vertebra. We're going to do that a second time. Inhale and exhale, push your hips up towards the sky. Go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your back. And push up slightly more. And come all the way down. And for those who feel that they can go there, we're going to go ahead and try the wheel pose, so the full back bend. If you're still a beginner and you don't feel like it, you can do the bridge pose that we just did again. That's perfectly fine. Eventually you'll build up to wheel pose. So go ahead and bring your hands next to your ears with the fingers pointing towards your shoulders. And I want you to focus on keeping those legs parallel. We're going to inhale. As you exhale, you're going to push into your feet and hands and bring your hips up towards the sky. So as a first step, we're going to go on to the top of our head without putting all the pressure on the top of our head, obviously. So go ahead and push into your hands and feet. Come onto the top of your head. And then come a little bit more up, push. So really push into your legs so that your chest is coming forward. Open your chest. Go ahead and open the chest and try to bend more from the chest than from the lower back. Don't forget to breathe. Open those shoulders. And come back down. So tuck your chin in. Come down slowly. So this is quite intense. So if you didn't manage to go all the way up, don't worry about it. We're going to give it a second try. And as I said at the beginning, don't worry, don't get frustrated if it doesn't go all the way up. Be patient with yourself and with your body. These are new patterns that we don't do often, so it needs a lot of patience and repetition. Go ahead and inhale and exhale. Push into your hands and feet. Bring those hips up. So engage your glutes once again. And come all the way down. Slowly tuck your chin in and come down and go ahead and hug those knees in towards your chest and roll them a little bit side to side. So every time we take a back bend, we need to do a little counter pose. Make sure to realign that spine. And go ahead and roll yourself up to sitting. Up. And we're going to take a little bit of a twist. So I want you to bend your right leg first so that the heel is against the outside of your left leg. And then bend the left leg over the right so that the foot is entirely on the floor. Make sure you're sitting up tall and your sitting bones are both on the floor. So you're not sitting on your heel here. Have that heel just on the side. All right, go ahead and inhale, reach up with the left hand and bring it back behind you. And the right arm is going to press onto the left knee. And with the exhale, go ahead and look back and go a little bit deeper into the twist. So always before you twist, really try to reach up and sit tall. So you're not sitting into your back arm. Your back arm is as straight as possible and you're twisting from inside out. So really the core is coming into the twist. It's not just your shoulders that are twisting. And with each exhale, twist a little bit more. Wonderful. Inhale, come back to center and take a little counter twist. So bring both hands on the ground on the other side and look back behind you. And we're going to switch. So go ahead and untie the legs. And first now bend the left one. And then the right comes over on top. So same thing here. Make sure you're sitting. Both sits bones are on the ground. Sit nice and tall. Inhale and reach your right arm back behind you. And the left comes over the right knee. And go ahead and lightly press your arm into it. And exhale into the twist. Look back behind you. It doesn't have to be too far so you don't strain your neck. And remember to relax those shoulders as much as possible, away from the ears. So go ahead and visualize your spine twisting. I like to compare it to like a staircase going up, twirling up, and that kind of helps me to get into the posture. And slowly come out. Inhale. Come into the counter posture. Bring your hands down as we round and look back. Wonderful. I'm going to take a little forward fold just to finish off. So go ahead and bring your feet together and let your hips open, your legs open to the sides. Slide your hands under your feet and just release your head down. So just really let go the weight of your head down, making space in the lower back and between the hips to really let go. And bring it in, slowly come out of the posture, take your hands out and under from your legs. And we're gonna come and lie into Shavasana. Final relaxation, so go ahead and lie on your backs. So if it feels more comfortable for you and you have a lot of space in your lower back, it's not touching the ground, you can go ahead and bend your legs and let the knees fall in together so that your lower back is entirely on the ground. This is just depending on how everyone's body is, because we're all different. So whatever is more comfortable, go ahead and do that. And open up your arms a little bit to the sides with the palms facing up. Just take a little bit of rolling side to side with your head to make sure you're freeing that neck. Also massaging the back of your head on the ground. And come back to center. Go ahead and take a big inhale. We're going to sigh out through the mouth. Really letting go. Inhale again. And one last time. And we find stillness. So take this time to just scan over your body from top to bottom, from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. Visualize each part of your body and try to let go. Just make sure you're not holding in. All the muscles are releasing here. You're not making any physical effort. The only thing that's moving is your abdomen and your chest going up and down with the breath. And so just also ask yourself, how do you feel now compared to the beginning of the class? Did you find any frustration when you were doing postures? Did you let yourself get overwhelmed by certain sensations? Just whatever it is, notice it without judging it. This is just yourself and your body responding to some new challenge. Just try to take it from a neutral point of view, like something new, you've never done it before. So you have no point of view about it. You just let it come, see how it makes you feel, and let it go. So whatever it is you feel now, just let it go. And thank yourself for taking the time for yourself, for nothing else but you. reconnecting with yourself and disconnecting from everything else that's happening around you. So you can go ahead and stay Shavasana as long as you feel. Otherwise, we're going to slowly come back. Start moving your body again. Take a big stretch out. Keep your eyes closed. And roll over to one side. And whenever you're ready, just go ahead and join me back in sitting. And we're going to finish off with 3 Oms, universal mantra, just to close off this session and start the day. Go ahead and bring your hands in prayer. Take a big inhale. 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 Namasté. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the class today. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to leave any comments, anything you enjoyed, or any questions that you have. And you will find a link for donations in the video, in the description of the video. You can also like the video and subscribe to the channel for support. And I will see you very soon for the next class. Have a wonderful day, everyone.